Hello grade 10 students. Today I'll discuss another revision sheet with you. That's Department of Education Northern Province Year-End Evaluation 2018. So this is paper 1. You get 2 hours. So you already know there are two parts, part A and part B. Part A you get 25 short questions and part B 5 long questions. So what about the marks? You get 2 marks for each question in part A and you can spend 2 minutes and 24 seconds per question. And part B, you get 10 marks for each question and you can spend 12 minutes per question. And the spaces are given in paper 1, so you have to write down the answers in the space given. So let's do paper 1. So part A, answer all the questions on this paper itself. So now you can try 1 to 7. Make sure you do the paper and then look at my video to check your answers. Question number 1. 280 rupees has to paid as quarterly custom duty for a house. Calculate the annual custom duty of that house. So, quarter means 1/4 of a year. So, you have to just multiply by 4 to get the annual custom duty. So, custom duty is equal to 280 times 4 because quarter value is given. So multiply by 4, 0, 32 and 8 plus 3, 11. So 1120. So how many marks? Just 2 marks. So you get 2 marks, 1 for the method and 1 for the accuracy. Question number 2. Calculate the speed of a motor car which travels road 100 meters in 5 seconds. So, as you know, what's the formula? So, remember always distance, speed, time. Distance over speed is time. Distance over time is speed. And when you multiply these two, speed with time, you get distance. So, in this question, you need to find out the speed. So what is speed? Speed is equal to distance over time. So what's the distance given? 100 meters. That's in meters. And the time is given in seconds. 5 seconds. So when you divide by 5, you get 20. So what's the speed? 20 meters per second. So again 2 marks. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the accuracy. Solve is an algebraic equation. So A is the common denominator, lowest common multiple. So what you can do to the numerator? You can just add it. 3 plus 5, you get 8. Now what you do? Think about this is like just 1. Cross multiply to get A in the numerator. 2 times A, 2A. 1 times 8, 8. Now divide both sides by 2 to get A value. So A becomes 4. 2 marks for that. So 1 mark for this and 1 mark for the method. Make sure that you write down the method. Simplify. So what you do? According to Bodmer's, brackets first and then you can think about division. So we'll do first brackets. So what's the first step? Denominators are different, so you have to make it to the same denominator, lowest common multiple. So 7 and 14. 14 is the lowest common multiple. Now convert to 14 where? You have to multiply by 2. 2 times 4, 8 minus 3. Then 8 minus 3, 5 over 14. Now what you do for division? You take the multiplication with the reciprocal of this, 7 over 5. Now simplify, 5 and 5 get cancelled out, 7 with 1, 7 with 2. So the answer is half. Again 2 marks, 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 5. According to the given figure, write a pair of congruent triangles. Okay, so we'll find out here 30. So this should be 60. 90, 60. So this is 30. 90, 30, 60. Angles are okay, but we need to check the sides. This length is opposite to 30. But this length is opposite to 60. So these are not congruent. We'll look at this one. This is opposite to 60. So these two are congruent. So you can see this one and this one, both are congruent. So always look at the ratio and see. So here we can say ABC triangle congruent to XYZ. What's the reason? Reason is angle, side, angle. Angle, angle, side. 2 angles and 1 side. So you can write AB is equal to XY and ABC angle is equal to YXZ angle. That's 90. And also one angle you can mention BAC angle is equal to, that's 30, is XYZ. So 2 angles and 1 length. So angle, angle, side. Here in paper 1, part A, you don't need to write everything. This is for your information. You can just mention the case here. You get full marks for that. So 1 mark for the case and 1 mark for the identifying the 2 triangles correctly. Question number 6. Last 6 data of a distribution is given below. The distribution contains 11 data. So how we do that? Last 6 given. So 60, 65, 68, 68, 70, 75. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to get 11, how many you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are asking find the median. Median means the middle value when you arrange the data set in increasing order. So 11 plus 1, 12. 12 divided by 2, that's how you find out middle term. 6th one. According to this one, what is 6th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th one is 60. So median is equal to 60. So again you get 2 marks. 1 mark and here 1 mark for identifying the middle term. When you write 60, you get full marks actually, but make sure that you show everything. But you have to write down really fast. Question number 7. Put correct sign or cross sign according to the given statements. The area of a rhombus is equal to multiple of its diagonals. What do you think about that? Is it correct? diagonals. When you multiply these diagonals, do you get the area of the rhombus? That's wrong. Area of the rhombus is you multiply the diagonals and divide by 2 because you get two triangles. In a triangle, half times base times height. This is also half times base times height, so half is common. Not just the multiplication of the diagonals. The diagonals of the rhombus are bisecting perpendicularly. This is a rhombus. Rhombus diagonals bisect perpendicularly and also in a square. So that's correct. So you get 2 marks for identifying whether it's correct or wrong. Now you can try question number 8 to 15. Question number 8. Factorize. A squared minus 49. 2 terms you can write as 2 squared terms. 49, 7 squared. Now you know when you have difference between 2 squared terms, what are the factors? One is A plus B, the other one is A minus B. So you can use that and write down the two factors, A minus 7 and A plus 6. 7. So you can write in any order, plus sign first or minus sign first. So 2 marks. In the Venn diagram, write the shaded region as set notation. This is A and this is B. So not inside B. That means definitely B dash. And here inside A. That's B dash intersecting A. But if you can't really find out, you can put letters like this and write down. What is A? A means B and C. B dash means A and B. But you need only B. Can you see B is in here? In both, so that's the common term. So you can write A intersection B dash. A intersection B dash. So that's the set notation. 2 marks for identifying the correct set notation. In the given figure, the midpoint of AC is E. So that means these two lengths are equal. BAC is 80 degrees. So this is given as 80. CED is 50. AE is 7 centimeters. That means this is also 7. Find the length of AB. Look at carefully ABC triangle. These two lengths are parallel and this is the midpoint. What's the theorem you have to use? Converse midpoint theorem. According to converse midpoint theorem, when you draw up two parallel lines along the midpoint, this becomes a midpoint as well. So this is a midpoint. So that means these two lengths are equal. So you can write AF is equal to BF. So AF equals BF because of converse midpoint theorem. Now look at this angle, 80 and 50, that's 130. 180 minus 130, This is 50. What can you say about this? Triangle AEF is an isosceles triangle. These two angles are equal. So that means if this is 7, this side also 7 centimeters. So this is 7. So that means this is also 7. So what is the AB length? AB length is 14 centimeters. 7 and 7. So you get 2 marks here for identifying converse midpoint theorem and the length. Question number 11. Lowest common multiple. So lowest common multiple of 6a squared b and 3ab squared. So 6 you can write 2 times 3 a squared and b. What about this one? 3ab squared. So normally we take the highest power of all distinct terms. So 2 and 3. So lowest common multiple is 3 ones, 2 ones. A squared you can take, that's the maximum power, and also b squared. So you get 6a squared, b squared. But if you are doing other way around at once, what you do? You can divide by 3. You can divide by 2. Divide by a. Divide by a again. Divide by b. Again divide by b till you get 1. So you can use this method as well, and then you multiply all these together. That's the lowest common multiple, 6a squared b squared. So which one is easy? I think this method is easier than this. So you can choose any method. So 2 marks. Question number 12. If x and y are two independent events, if px is this and py, find intersection. So we know if the two events are intersecting and independent, you can write down the intersection as the multiplication of the two probabilities. Px is 3/5 and py is 1/3. When you cross out, you get 1/5 as the intersecting value. So 2 marks. Question number 13. In the given figure, O is a center of circle and A, B, C and D are on the circle. Find the value of x and y. O is the center. Now look at, this is the angle subtended at the center, x. What is this one? Angle subtended on the circumference. So x becomes double of that according to the theorem. So 60 degrees. And also this is angle subtended at the center, and here angle subtended on the circumference. Same segment angles are equal, these two. So y becomes 30. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for y, 1 mark for x. Question number 14. Which two consecutive whole numbers lies root 59? What are the two whole numbers? 59. So 6 times 6, 36. 7 times 7, 49. So 49 here. 8 times 8, 64. 64 is here. So this is 7, square root of 49. This is 8. So the value is in between 7 and 8. So you know how to get the approximated value. So you take the difference here, difference here. You don't need this one here, but I'm just explaining. You take the difference here, that's 10. What's the difference here? 15. So 9 plus 5, 14. Yeah, so you can find out according to this one, 2/3, like 7.6. But you don't need that. They are just asking which whole numbers in between. So the answer is 7 and 8. So 2 marks for that, identifying the two whole numbers. Question number 15. If x squared minus 5x minus 24, find the value of a and b. So two sides are there, so you have to compare coefficients. Now if this is x minus a and x minus b, we'll try to expand brackets. Use FOIL, first with first, outside with outside, inside with inside, and last with last. X squared minus bx minus ax plus ab. Now we'll compare. This is equal to minus 5x minus 24. X squared, here you can take minus out, b plus a x. So when you are comparing coefficients, what can you say about minus 5? Minus 5 is equal to this one, minus a plus b. So minus you don't need to take, so you can write a plus b is 5. This number, minus 24, is AB, multiplication. So you need to solve and find out the value of a and b. So what are the two values you can get? You can take a as 5 minus b, substitute here. You get a quadratic equation and you need to solve that. So we'll do that. A becomes 5 minus b. Substitute here. 5 minus b into b equals minus 24. You get 5b minus b squared plus 24 equals 0. Take all terms to one side. Now, this is another quadratic equation. Solve it. I'll take all terms to the other side. Sign changes. Minus 5b minus 24 equals 0. What are the factors of minus 24 to get minus 5? So minus means this should be difference. If it's plus, you are adding the numbers to get the middle term. So 24, 8 and 3. So those are the correct factors. So this is minus sign here. So bigger value is minus. Other one is positive. So split the middle term. So when you are doing that separately, b squared minus 8b plus 3b minus 24. Take 2 at a time, you get b minus 8. Take plus 3, b minus 8. So what are the factors? b minus 8 or b plus 3. So b minus 8, b plus 3. When you equate to 0, you get either b equals 8 or b equals minus 3. So you can switch. Same thing you get for a. if B is 8, A should be minus 3. If A is 8, B should be minus 3. So you can take vice versa. So we can write A can be 8, then B is minus 3. Or you can take A is minus 3, B equals 8. So any number you can take like that, because A and B are two whole numbers. So 2 marks. Now here you can use short methods in paper 1 like this one. You don't need to write down all these steps. Easily you can do what are the factors. So I explained before in my videos how to write down straight away. If it's B and B, the factors, correct factors are minus 8 and 3. Then you write down the factors this way. B minus 8 and B plus 3. So that's also easy. Now you can try question number 16 to 21. The figure shows about a triangular right prism. Find the sum of the area of 3 rectangular faces. What are the rectangular faces? If you take this side, 20 with 13. Base, if you take this rectangle, 8 and 20. And what about the other side? Back, 20 and 12. 20 is common for all. So we can find out area is equal to 12 plus 20, and what is the other one? 8 into 20, because 20 times 12, 20 times 20, 20 times 20 is not there. 20 times 8, 20 times 13. So this should be 13, not 20. So 13, and just add it and multiply by 20. So 8, 10, 13, 1 remaining, 33 times 20. 660 square centimeters, because this is about area. So 2 marks. Question number 17. In the given figure, O is a center of circle. PQS 65. This one is given 65. And RQ, that's given, is equal to RS. Find the magnitude of QSR. QSR, this one. Now look at carefully. This is the center. So what is this angle? This is a semicircle angle. Semicircle angle always 90 degrees. So we can write PQR is 90 degrees. We know this is 65. So what is this angle? This angle is 90 minus 65. So what's that? 25. That's 25. Now look at carefully this triangle. This is an isosceles triangle. And if this is 25, this is 25. So what's the angle of QSR? That's 25. Because of an isosceles triangle. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 18. Find the value of A plus B without solving the simultaneous equations. plus 3b equals 5. That's the first equation given. 4a plus 2b equals 15. So if you don't want to solve for a and b, just you can either add or subtract. Here addition is there, so we'll add it. 1 plus 2. 4a and a becomes 5a. This is 5b equals 5 plus 15, 20. Divide the whole equation by 5. You get a plus b equals 20 divided by 5 is 4. So what's the value of a plus b? 4. So 2 marks. Question number 19. Find the radius of a right circular cylinder of which the height 10 centimeter and the volume is 1540. So right circular cylinder, what's the height? 10. And they are asking about the radius. So what's the volume? Pi r squared h. Pi 22 over 7 r squared h 10. That's equal to 1540. Now simplify and find out r squared is what? 1540 multiplied by 7 and divide this by 22 and 10. 0 get cancelled out. 6, 7. 7 times 2, 14. So this is 7. So 7 squared. 7 squared is r squared. So same power, you can compare the two values. So r becomes 7. R is 7 centimeters. Here in this papers, all papers, make sure that you write down the correct units. So 2 marks. Question number 20. In the given figure ABCD and ABXY are two parallelograms. According to the data, find the value of A. A is here. What do you know about angles, opposite angles in a parallelogram? These are equal. If this is 30, this is 30. Opposite angles are equal. ABCD also a parallelogram. If this is 100, this whole thing is 100. Opposite angles are equal. So, what's A? 100 minus 30. 70 degrees. 2 marks. Question number 21. According to the figure, find the gradient of this straight line. You have to identify the 2 points. What's this point? On the x-axis. So 4 and y is 0. This one, x is 0 and y equals 8. If you know the 2 points, what's the gradient? Difference between y coordinates and difference between x coordinates. So you take the difference. So now we can take this point and 8 minus 0 over 0 minus 4. You can take any point first, either this one or this one. So what's the answer? 8 minus 0 is 8 over minus 4. So you get minus 2. So that's the gradient. So you get 2 marks for that. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Now we'll take the next one. So you can try question number 22 to 25. Question number 22. It took 12 men 4 days to complete a certain task. How many men working 6 days? 6 days can complete the same task. So how many man days required to complete this work? So man days, you need 12 times 4, 48. So same number of man days, but now 6 days are there. So how many men you need? 48 over 6. So you get 8. So 8 men required to complete the work within 6 days. So 2 marks. So 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. Question number 23. In the given figure, O is the center of the circle. OC is 12. So this one is given 12. And CD is 8. Find the length of AB. So AB is a chord. What can you say about OD? That's the radius of the circle. Now when you draw a line here, that's also radius. So you can say 12 plus 8. That's 20. So 20 is the radius of the circle. Now we can easily find out AC. So this is a right angle triangle. You can use Pythagoras theorem. So what is AC squared? AC squared is equal to 20 squared minus 12 squared. 20 squared is 400. What's 12 squared? 144. When you subtract, what you get? 6 and here 5 and 2. 256. So what's that? What's the square root of 256? Last digit is 6. So you can get 4 or 6. So this is 16 times 16. Check it. 10 and 6. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 1, 6 plus 3, 9. So 256. So this is 16 squared. So what is AC? Here 16 squared is AC squared. So what is AC? 16 centimeters. We found this is 16. What do you know about AC and CB? When you draw a line from the center, perpendicular line from center, then this becomes the midpoint. C is the midpoint of the chord. So what is the AB length? Double of this one. So 16 and 16 here. So you can straight away write down AB length is equal to 16 times 2. That's 32 centimeters. So you get 2 marks for that. 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Now look at question number 24. A person observes a top C of the building CD from A. The angle of elevation 30 degrees and D is angle of depression from the same point is 40. So here when you observe from this point to the top of this, it says angle of elevation is 30. So that means to the horizontal line. You have to draw the angle here. This is given 30 degrees. Then it says D is an angle of depression from the same point is 40. So when you look down at D, this way, the angle of depression, this one, always from the horizontal line, that's equal to 40 degrees. Mark the above data on this figure. So you have to basically draw the 30 angle and the 40 angle. So you get 2 marks for that. 1 for 40 and 1 for 30 degrees. This is the last question in part A. Construct the locus of a point moving equidistant from the lines LM and LN and lies on MN. Mark the point at P. Now, what are the basic 4 loci points you need to know? You need to know equidistance from a point, that's a circle. And then equidistance from 2 points, that's a perpendicular bisector. And then you need to know equidistance from 2 lines, that's the angle bisector. And the last one, you need to know equidistance from a line, 2 parallel lines. So which one you need to do it now? Angle bisector, because 2 lines are given, LM and LN. You have to draw the angle bisector. So how you draw the angle bisector? You can take the compass and take any distance, draw an arc. Then you keep the compass here and you can draw another arc here. With the same distance, you draw another arc here. Now you can connect this point with this one. That's the angle bisector. The intersecting point of the angle bisector and MN is the point P. So you have to mark the point P here. So how many marks? 2 marks. To draw the angle bisector, 1 mark, and showing the P point. On MN, just 1 mark. So this is the last question in paper 1 part A. So next we'll discuss part B, that's paper 1 part B. Now we'll look at part B in paper 1. So you get 5 questions and spaces are given, so you can write down the answers in the spaces provided. So let's do question number 1 and 2. First you try and then watch my video to look at the answers. Question number 1, you get 5 parts. A bank manager who spends 2/5 of his salary on food and 3/10 for children's education, half of the remaining amount on traveling, and 2/3 of the remaining amount spends on other expenses. If he saves 3,250 for a month, what fraction of total salary does he spend for food and children's education? It says 2/5 of his salary on food. So 2/5 for food and 3/10 for children's education. 3/10. So they are asking what's the total? Lowest common multiple is 10. Convert to 10. This is 4 plus 3, 7. 7 over 10. Then that's the first part. What fraction of total salary does he spend on traveling? It says half of the remaining amount on traveling. Half of the remaining. 7 over 10. So what's the remaining amount? Remaining part is 1 minus 7 over 10. So that means we can write 1 as 10 over 10 minus 7 over 10. That's 3 over 10. Half of the remaining. Is it half of the remaining amount on traveling? So half of that. So traveling, half of 3/10. So 3 over 20. So that's for traveling. Let's see the next one. What fraction of total salary does he spend for other expenses? Now it says other expenses. 2/3 of the remaining amount spends on other expense. So you have to find out the remaining amount now. So 7/10 for this one. And this is 3/20. So what's the total? 7/10 and 3/20. 7/10 and 3/20. What's the total? 14 plus 3, 17. So what's the remaining part now? Again, you have to find the remaining. Remaining part is, we can see that 3/20, but 1 minus 17/20. If you can't do it at once, you write everything. So 20 minus 17. So this 3/20. So that's the remaining. From remaining amount, it's 2/3 for other expenses. So other expenses, two-thirds of 320. So you get 1/10. 1/10. That's for other expenses. Give the saving money as fraction of total salary. Now, it says if he saved 3,250 for a month. So, what's the saving? Now, everything we have to find out what's the saving amount for this. So, you did this and give the saving money as fraction of salary. So what's the amount now? 7/10. We found this, all these, and here 17/20 and this 1/10. So what's the saving amount? We'll check it again. The total 17/20 and 1/10. So 17/20 plus convert to 20, that's 2. You get 19/20 already used. So what is the saving amount? Savings is 1 minus that. So 20/20 minus 19/20, that's 1/20. So that's the savings amount. Find his monthly salary. But it says how much he saves? 3,250. That means 1/20 means 3,250. So how many full parts are there? 20 parts. So what's his monthly salary? Monthly salary, you need to multiply this by 20. 3,250 multiplied by 20. What's the amount? 65,000 rupees is his salary. Now we'll see how many marks for each part. So we'll look at the marking scheme and give marks. 7/10, you get 2 marks there. And then half of 3/20 is 2 marks again. So 4. And this one, you get 1/10. That's also 2 marks. 6 altogether. And then 1/20 is savings. Again, 2 marks. And the last part, you get 65,000 rupees. That's also 2 marks. So 5 parts, each part 2 marks. Now let's do the next one. Question number 2. You get 4 parts. So first you do it and Check your answers. A person takes a loan on a monthly simple interest rate of 2%, promising to settle the loan in 3 years. However, he was only able to settle the loan in 5 years, at which the time he had to pay 72,000 as extra interest. Calculate the interest he has paid for a year. Now, earlier 3 years, but he took 5 years. So, what's the difference between 2 years? 5 and 3, 5 minus 3, 2 years. For those extra 2 years, he had to pay 72,000. So, what is the amount he has to pay for 1 year? You can divide by 2. So, 72,000 rupees divide by 2. So, for 1 year, he needs to pay 36,000 rupees. Now, we look at the second part. Calculate the monthly interest he has paid. This is for a year. So, how many months per year? 12 months. So, you can find out monthly interest you take 36,000, that's for a year, divide by 12. So what's the value? So you are getting 12 times 3, 36, so 3,000 rupees he needs to pay monthly as the interest. Now we'll try to give marks for these 2 steps. So we'll look at the marking scheme. It says first part you are getting 2 marks for 36,000 rupees. And then you get 2 marks for 3,000 rupees. Now we'll take the next part. Now look at the next one. What was the amount he borrowed? Now look at the question again. So he is paying monthly interest of 3,000 rupees. The monthly interest rate is 2%. So 2% value is 3,000. So what's the amount he borrowed? Amount he borrowed is equal to you can first write 2% is 3,000. That's the monthly interest. So you have to multiply this by 100 and divide by 2. So you get 50 times this. So what's the amount? Amount is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3, 15. So you get 150,000 rupees he borrowed. So calculate the total amount he has paid to settle the loan. So first we have to find out the interest he needs to pay. Interest for 5 years. What's the value? So interest per year is 36,000 multiplied by 5. So you get 0,003. 5 times 3, 15 plus 3, 18. 180,000 rupees. So what's the total amount he has to pay? Total amount is the borrowed money, that's 150,000 rupees, and the interest. Now look at this one. He is paying more interest than the borrowed money because he extended his time for another 2 years. So he needs to pay 330,000 rupees to settle this loan. Now we'll see how many marks for this part. So you are getting 3 marks for this step. and 330,000 rupees you get, and 3 marks for that. Now check whether you get all 10 marks. 3 and 3, 6. 6 and 4, 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 3, 4 and 5. Question number 3, you get 4 parts. This is about area. A semicircular stage of which the diameter 70 meters is made on a rectangular ground of which the length 200 meters and width 100 meters and other remaining portion spread by grass. So this whole part, grass. So we can color with this color. So that's grass. What is the arc length of EF? So what's the arc length? Arc length of EF. So this is F. This point is F. Now we'll find out arc length. Half of 2 pi r. 2 pi is 22/7. What's the radius? Diameter is 70. So 35. 70 divided by 2. 7 times 5. And these 2 get cancelled out. 22 times 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 2, 10 plus 1, 11. So that's in meters. Calculate the perimeter of ground which spread by grass. So you have to add all these outer lengths. So what is these two? 100 minus 70. So we can find out 100 minus 70 is 30 for these two. So we'll do it here, 100 minus 70, that's 30. Then we found the arc length. Now you can just add it. Perimeter is equal to 200 twice. And this side 100. And the arc length 110. And these two lengths, that's 30. Now add it. 400 plus 100, 500. 500 and here 640. This is 140, so 640. This is in meters. Now we'll see how many marks for these two steps. So 110, you get 2 marks for this part, and 640, you get 4 marks. Identifying, no, just 2 marks. 2 marks for this, so you get 2. Let's do the next part. Calculate the area of ground which spread by grass. So we know that this is the grass. Now we'll find out the area. So how you find out the area? Full area minus the area of the semicircle. Full area. So 200 times the width is 100. Minus, what's the area of the semicircle? Half pi r squared. Pi is 22/7. What's the radius there? 35 times 35. 2 get cancelled out with this one. 7 times 5. So 55 times 35. So here we get 20,000. What's 35 times 55. So you can do the calculations. 35 times 55. 30 and 5. You get 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 5, 25 plus 2, 27. 1,925. Now subtract. 18,075. What's the unit? Meters square. So 18,075 is the area of this green part. Then a triangular shaped land purchased from another person to develop the same ground further. The area of the new land is the quarter of area of the rectangle. And BC is one side. This side, BC is one side and the other side in expansion of AB. So that means they are trying to take this part, a triangular part there. So we need to find out the length here. What's this length? So what's the information given here? It's given quarter of area of the rectangle. So what's the area of the rectangle? 200 into 100, 20,000. Quarter of that, 20,000 divided by 4. So 5,000 is the area of this triangle. We know one side is 100. How can you find out this length? We'll put x here. We'll find out x. So you get 5,000 for quarter of the area of the rectangle. That's equal to half times x times 100. That's 5,000. That's the 5,000 value. So simplify. You get 50. So what's x? 5,000 divided by 50. You get 100. So that means this is in meters, 100 meters. So this triangular shaped land is, this is 100 meters here and 100 meters this side as well. So that's the rough sketch of the measurements for the extra land. So now we'll see how many marks for this step. So you are getting 2, 3, 4 marks for this step and 2 marks for this one. So we'll check whether you get 10 marks. So 6 and 4. So that's 10 marks. Now you can do question number 4. So you get 3 parts here. So when you have to draw a tree diagram as well. So we'll do it separately. When randomly taking a card from a bag containing 5 identical cards, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, its number is recorded and then put it back in the bag. So again, put it back. Right, the probability of drawing a prime number. What are prime numbers? Not divisible by any other number, only divisible by 1 and itself. So 2, 3 and 5. 6 numbers are there. What's the probability of getting prime? 5 cards are there. Out of 5, 2, 3, 5 are prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5. 3 numbers are prime. So 3 over 5. Now we'll look at the next one. Depict the sample space on the given tree diagram. So the diagram is given there. So we can fill it here. So this is P means prime number. NP means not a prime number. So 2 chances. They are taking cards twice. but make sure that it's replacing. So what's the probability of prime number we got? 3 over 5. So this is 3 over 5. So what's the probability of not getting a prime number? This is 2 over 5. Second time, again, same probability. Getting a prime number is 3 over 5 and not getting a prime number 2 over 5. Again, prime number 3 over 5, not getting 2 over 5. So this is the full tree diagram. So depict the sample space on the given tree diagram. Now, another card is drawn from the bag and the number is recorded according to this. Depict the probability on it. So, I did both parts on the same diagram. So, this is second part we already did here. Drawing the tree diagram, and third part also we did it. So, we completed the tree diagram. Now, we'll look at the next one. Show the relevant events on the given grid. So, this is the first chance, taking the card, and this is the second chance. So, what are the possibilities? So, possibilities are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, the possibilities here are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second chance also you can get the same numbers because you put it back. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what are the possibilities? You can mark all possibilities. First time 2, second time 2. First time 2 with 3, 2 with 6, 3 with 2, 3 with 3. All these possibilities are there. So how many possibilities? How many numbers here this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5, 25 possibilities are there. Mark the sum of two numbers being greater than 7 on this grid and find its probability. The sum is greater than 6. So 6 with 2, yes, but 5 with 2 also, that's not possible because greater than 7 means 7 is not included. So 6 with 2 upwards, 5 with 3 upwards. So which part you need to highlight? So when you draw a line from here, this part, you get all more than 7. The sum is more than 7. Now they are asking the probability of getting that. So what's the probability? If it's A, we'll highlight this part is A. So probability of getting a number, the sum greater than 7 is how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 out of 25. Altogether 25 are there. So 5 times 3, 5 times 5. So 3 over 5. Let's see how many marks for this part. So you get, this is the fourth part. Fourth part you get 3 marks for marking all possibilities, and 15 over 25 you get 2 marks here. So did we give marks for the previous part? We didn't give. Third part, you can get 2 marks to complete this second branch. And then part 1, just 1 mark, 3 over 5. And second one, we did it here. So again, 2 marks for this branch. So altogether, see whether you get 10 marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for this question. Now let's take a look at the fifth question, that's the last question in paper 1. So that's about pie chart and angles. So you get 5 parts there. So let's do it separately. The pie chart illustrates the information gathered from grade 10 students of certain education division who got first term mathematics marks. Find the angle which is represented by C. So this one. We know that angle around a point is 360. So we'll add these angles 96, 63 and 84. What's the total? 7 plus 6, 13. 1 remaining. 10 plus 8, 18. And 6, 24. 243. So the whole thing is 360 minus 243. What's the angle? 10. And you get 1, 6 and 1. 117. So x is 117 degrees. If the number of students who got B results is 168. So this part is 168. Find the total number of students. So we know that it's given 84-degree angle. 84 degree represent 168. So full thing means 360 degrees. So 360, what's the value? 168 divided by 84 into 360. How many times? Divide by 4, 21, 90. Divide by 3, 7 and 30. Now you can divide this by 7. 7 times 2, 14. For 28, that's 4. So 24 times 30. 0. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So altogether 720 students in this class, grade 10. So we'll see how many marks for these two parts. According to the marking scheme, you get only 1 mark for finding this angle, and 720, you get 2 marks. Now let's do the next part. Part 3, find the number of students who fail the exam. So fail means this is W. So you need to remember this is fail. Means W. That's 96. Earlier we found 84. 84 is 168. So we can use the same thing. 84 is 168. What about 96? 168 divided by 84 and multiply by 96. Again, divide by first 3. 3 times 2, 6. 24, 3 times 8. 3 times 32. Then 4 times 7, 4 times 8. Then 7 with this one. 2 and 4. 24 times 8 now. 8 times 4, 32. 3 remaining. 8 times 2, 16. Plus 3, 19. So 192 students failed the exam. So out of how many? 720 students. Find the percentage of students who got A result. A means this part, 63. So we can find out the percentage using 60. We can use an angle. No need to find out the total. With angle also you can find out the percentage. 63 out of 360 into 100. So 3 times 21, 3 times 120. Then 3 times 7, 3 times 40. This 0 get cancelled out here. 2 here with 5. 35 divided by 2. What's 35 divided by 2? 17.5%. 17.5% students got result A. So we'll check how many marks for these two. So you are getting 192, 2 marks for this step, and 17.5, 2 marks. Now the last part. 36 students who got C results. C is 36. Who got C results in the second term exam but not passed in the first term exam. So earlier it was not there. So that's a new part for this section. So they failed the previous exam. Find the new angle of sector of students who got C results. Now we found out from the previous part, the first part, what's the x value? 117. So this is 117. Now we need to find out the new angle. So 36 students now pass the exam. So what's the angle for 36? We need to find out for 36. Now can use the same thing. 84 means 168. 168 is 84. We have to do other way around. This is the angle. Then what about 36? What's the angle? 84 divided by 168 into 36. 6 times 6, 6 times 2, 12, 48, 6 times 8. Then you can divide by 7, 4, 7 times 1, 7. So that's 12, 4 times 3. So 6 times 3, 18 degrees. That's the new part. So what's the new angle? New angle is equal to earlier 117. Now we need to add 18 degrees to that. 15, 3, 1. So now the new angle is 135 degrees. So how many marks for this step? You get 3 marks for that. So that's the last part for the last question. That's 3. So we'll see whether 10 marks are there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. So we completed the paper 1. This is North Province 2018 grade 10 end of evaluation. So next we'll discuss paper 2.